Henry Kissinger rose to become Secretary of State during the Nixon and Ford administrations. Kissinger drove and defined American foreign policy during the 1970s with his strategies to end the Vietnam War, contain the USSR, and open China to the West.
America has never been true to itself unless it meant something beyond itself.
Born in Germany to a Jewish family in 1923, Kissinger fled with his family to New York just months before the start of the Holocaust. In 1943, he returned to Germany as part of the U.S. Army and stayed after the war, working in Army intelligence, tracking down former Nazis. Returning from Germany, Kissinger obtained his bachelor's and doctorate degrees from Harvard. He first entered public service as an advisor to New York governor and presidential candidate Nelson Rockefeller before joining the Nixon White House in 1968. Working closely with Nixon, Kissinger engineered the withdrawal from Vietnam by U.S. forces and pioneered a policy of détente with the USSR, leading to the signing of arms control agreements between the nations. Perhaps Kissinger's lasting legacy will be his work opening China to the West, which began with a secret trip to the country in 1971.
We knew very little about China, but they knew a lot about us. The Chinese negotiators had read everything I'd ever written.
His diplomacy led to the historic President Nixon summit with Mao Zedong in 1972. Despite these successes, Kissinger has remained a polarizing figure in American politics. His adherence to a policy of realpolitik engagement with communist countries and a secret bombing campaign in Cambodia while being awarded the Nobel Peace Prize opened him up to criticism from both sides of the aisle. Throughout the second half of his life, Kissinger continued to have an active presence in both policy and business, advising presidents and secretaries of state, starting his own consulting firm, and serving as a director on corporate boards. And he remained an important voice in global affairs, often warning of risks from conflict between the 21st century's two strongest superpowers.
Unless there is some basis for some cooperative action, the world will slide into a catastrophe comparable to World War I.
Prior to his death, Kissinger was the oldest living former U.S. cabinet member and the last surviving member of President Nixon's cabinet.